What's going on, everybody? Jason Fitz Family Constrictors. I'm joined here today with my Mojave male. Freaked me out a little bit there. Out of all my ball pythons, he's the only one that's a little bit jumpy, as you can see. And he's a little bit of a hisser. He's yet to bite me. Not that he won't, but he's yet to do it so far. But a few weeks ago, he had an infection in his jaw. And I gave him a couple antibiotic shots, and he's doing excellent. So I'm very happy about that. But that's not what this video is about. Today's video is about answering a question I get asked all the time. How do you breed your snakes? Alright, well, I'm going to tell everybody. That way, if somebody calls or leaves a message or messages me on Facebook or Instagram, I can just tell them to go check out the video. Save me a little time. But how I do it is pretty simple. The first thing I want to do is I want to stimulate my females into saying, okay, hey, I want to grow follicles. And how I do that is that I keep my room temperature 82 degrees, between 82 and 85. And usually about 82 because I'm up in north, real far north, so it's usually cool here. So I keep it around 82 degrees. What are you doing? And what I'll do is I'll drop the hot spot to about 88 degrees during the day and all the way down to about 80, 81 degrees at night. And that's the first thing I do to stimulate my females to grow follicles. Now this is a male, so not my females, but both of my females are getting pretty well along and I don't really want to disturb them. So I'm just going to use him as a diagram here. And the second thing I do is I start feeding my females twice a week on separate days instead of once a week. That way the female will say, okay, there's plenty of food around, I can have babies, they will have food to eat, this is a good thing to do. And then the last thing that I do to stimulate them to grow follicles is that once a day I kind of mist them down a little bit. Where they come from in West Africa, they usually breed during the monsoon season. So it's just another little thing that I do to kind of stimulate them to grow follicles. And once the female starts to grow follicles, you know, I check them, but I hold them right about here and I let them run through my hand. And it's okay to be a little bit tight in your grip. You know, too tight, you know, loose enough that they can roll through, but tight enough that you can feel. And once their follicles get about 12 millimeters, which is about the size of a BB, I'll stick a male in with them. And the male will lock up from anywhere from 2 hours to 48 hours. And after they unlock, I will put the male back in his cage, and I always feed the male after I put him in there. So I'll give him a rat, and he will regain his energy. And about 3 to 4 weeks later, the female follicles will grow. And at that time, they'll be at about 22 millimeters, which is kind of between a BB and a marble size. And once I feel that they're about that size, again, 3 to 4 weeks later, I'll stick the male back in with her again. And they will lock up, and I'll take them out when they're done, and I'll give him a rat, get his energy back, and I'll wait about another 3 to 4 weeks, and those follicles will grow some more. And then once they're about 3 to 4 weeks later, they're about 32 millimeters. And that is about the size of a decent marble, you know, maybe one of the bigger marbles even. And I'll stick the male back in yet again. Let him lock up. Once he's done, take him out, give him a rat, wait another 3 to 4 weeks, our follicles will grow even more. And once they get around, let's say 40 to 42 millimeters, which is about the size of a ping pong ball, we'll say, you'll be able to feel them really good. I will stick the male in there one last time, and I will let them lock up, take them out, give them a rat. And then what I'll do is I will change her belly heat temperature. And I'll put it back to about normal, 92 degrees, and I will leave it at that. So there won't be any more night drops in the temperature at all. I will leave it at 90 degrees, and that will help her ovulate and become gravid. And they usually are gravid at that time. They usually become gravid. And that's how I do it. That's how I breed my snakes. Now, if I had a lot of snakes, which I don't anymore, but if I had a lot of snakes, I would just keep the room temperature 82 degrees. I would drop the belly heat to about 87 to 88 degrees and leave it at that. And I would just put the males in with my females once a month, every month, all year long, and I would just keep rotating it. And I will keep an eye on my females. That's where it comes in handy, knowing your females, because if you know your females, you'll be able to tell when they are gravid, because, you know, they're just the size difference. Now, it is a little bit harder to see when my girl Lola is gravid, because she is such a fatty in the first place. But my girl Liberty, who is my normal het, hypo, het, ultra male, a lot easier to notice. So that's how Fitz Family Constrictors breeds his ball pythons. So I hope this video helped you. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. I'd love to have you. And I will definitely get back to making as many videos as I can. Very, very busy. I got 3 different kids that are in 3 different sports and 3 different teams, and I'm trying to keep up with their games and their practices and stuff, so he is a little bit jumpy, but he's okay. And so I'll definitely do what I can. So I thank you all for watching so much. Again, hit the like button, the notification bell, subscribe if you haven't already. Share this with your friends. I'm sure a lot of people are wondering how I do this, and that's what I do. Pretty simple stuff. And I think my next video will be a video on egg care, because that's the other question I get a lot. But again, thank you all for watching. I love y'all, and as always, see me bye. Say bye, bud. By the way, this guy needs a name, so leave in a comment below a name that you think would fit this guy. Thank you, guys.